I can't believe the conduct of the media, and now they cry foul when they being called out by Trump, etc. For all their lies about Russia, incessantly brainwashing people repeatedly again and again to the point where reason and truth doesn't even matter, because they don't believe you. If you put the proof in front of them, you can link to the WikiLeaks or whatever and show the collusion, show with the media and Google and Eric Schmidt and everything, and they'll just say WikiLeaks is Russian because the media told me so. Well, the media told you that it was illegal to look at WikiLeaks as well, but it's not. They said that they could do it because they're the media and they get special dispensation to do that. They can break the law, which it seems like they actually can. Propaganda in America was legalized by Obama, and in like 2014 or something, and since that happened, basically, they have been weaponized at misinformation and distraction and subverting the truth and reality and things that are actually happening. Because there was a great movement with Trump. There was all these, thousands of people that turned up at his rallies. The media made it look like it was just him talking to an empty room. They didn't film any of the crowds. So they had all these little subversive little techniques. But it's become more and more apparent now. They've been making their own stories. They've been linking to their other propaganda outlets like the Washington Post and New York Times. And they've been doing things like the dossier. I mean, that is treason in itself, that Pfizergate dossier treason thing, which was connected to John McCain, by the way. Isn't it funny that everyone at John McCain's funeral is a villain? And CNN is now suffering such bad ratings, they're having to lay off staff, and they're having, reports about them on other channels that they're, worse than Nickelodeon. But they have to pay, because they're deep state, and they can pay, and they need to keep paying to pump their propaganda, because they're global propaganda, don't forget. They're not just America. CNN isn't there to break America, it's there to subvert and destroy America, and propagandize the world to the globalist ideology. It is just a tool of the deep state, like much of the media. It's not genuine media, it's not news, it's not there to inform you, it's there to distract you from the things that are going on. And if you go abroad somewhere, in the hotel, the telly that represents America will be CNN. The channel that they have there will be CNN. If you go to an airport, the channel they have on the big screens is CNN. No one believes it, but it's actually there. They keep talking, they keep producing, their bile. But the media propaganda at the time of Trump's election, and just before it actually, was very sophisticated. Not only were they lying in polls, and sampling, disproportionately Democrats and Democrat supporters, etc., and just making up their own answers, making up their own news, but they were greasing the skids for the public's mindset the way it is now, and they're so unstable now. But they were telling people that it was going to be like the Dark Ages, there was going to be a dark era of Trump, etc., and they were saying dark in every publication, day after day. So that is brainwashing people. That's conditioning people to hate Trump, even though they don't know why. Most people, when if they say, "Oh, I hate Trump," why? What's he done that you really hate? Oh, he's disrespectful to women. Oh, no, he's not. He's employed more women than any other administration. Well, he said this about this woman or whatever. Yeah, well, she lifted his head up or whatever. It's just there's always reasons to do things, and you can hate certain women. You don't have to respect women just because they're women. They didn't do anything to become women. They were just born women. They were born female. You respect people by their actions, and if their actions then mean that you have to reconsider that respect and then suddenly you don't respect them anymore, that's fine too. And they can be women, and they can be black, and they can be gay, and they can be whatever. You can still disrespect them, and it's not Islamophobic or sexist or racist or whatever. The mainstream media has been propaganda for a long time though. It's just been turned up to 11 in recent years. You'll remember the 9/11, right? That was a man in a cave with a box cutter, and some people that couldn't fly a plane, and all the rest of it. They tried to sell the idea that Libya uprising started because of a cartoon on YouTube, just because Hillary said it. They tried to then sell the ideas that all the politicians like Hillary and Obama, etc., Obama could do no wrong. He was completely worshipped. I mean, he had magazine covers with halos above it in the shape of America or whatever, and it was just complete propaganda from the off. I knew it was. I knew from the way that they were just fawning all over him and that no one was making any jokes about him. I was thinking, why is everyone's making a joke about everyone else, but why is it verboten to make a joke about Obama? That becomes, oh, you hate Obama. That means you must be racist. There must be something wrong with you. Why is that the case? He was drone bombing someone every day, every second. Did the media report on it? No. He said he was very good at killing people. He was an assassin. He had a kill list. Did the media report on it? No. Andrew Breitbart was killed, and he was going to release information, Andrew Breitbart, about Obama, and then suddenly he was killed. The entire cast that were making the film Grey State, they were killed under Obama. Then there's Seth Rich. It's just ridiculous the amount of assassinations that the deep state was undertaking at that time. And the media doesn't ever say anything about it. Its job is just to distract from all these actual things that come out. And that's why every now and then when there's a Hollywood scandal or whatever, and Twitter can report on it. They are so reluctant to do so in the media because they want to maintain these hegemonies that they've got in place, regardless of what they are. The Hollywood elite, the system in Hollywood, etc. The big oil, big agra, all the GMOs. They don't want people to report on vaccines. They don't want people to know the truth about the climate alarmists. They don't want people to know the truth about actual things. Anything. That's why you're not allowed to know that, it's suddenly a conspiracy theory that GMOs are bad for you, even though those tests, confirm that it's cancerous. And all those Monsanto products, such as Roundup, which is around the world being sued, and Monsanto are being sued, although they're bare now. But they were all poisonous products. They all basically have contaminated the world. And now those companies are being sued. The media is very reluctant to report on it because they want to maintain those hegemonies. That's my point. The media is an insidious propaganda complex that we don't need.